It's Nina
and Ashley back with the bullshit.
and this is the Young and Gettin It Podcast. Just so you know, you can find us on Apple Podcasts. Just search Young and Gettin It Podcast. There's no G at the end of Gettin. Subscribe, rate, and review. We're also on SoundCloud.com/WeAreYAGIP. Please follow us on there. Comment. We're also on YouTube. Just search Young and Gettin It Podcast with no G at the end of Gettin. Subscribe and comment on there.
And you can also find us on Instagram at YAGI_podcast, or you can go to our website, www.weareyagip.com. And then if you'd like to talk to us, you know, not just be on the other side of the conversation, you can hit us up at Ashleyandninapod@gmail.com, or you could text us at our Google Voice number, which is 323-486-3811.
Back to the bullshit. Yes. Now with the pop culture.
Can we start with the one that you text me about this week?
Yes.
Because that's the fucking funniest one.
And it's I like the fact that we talk about pop culture, but then I listen to other podcasts, so I get different angles, and then we get angles of people who know them personally.
Right.
I'm like, yes. Yeah. So Wendy Williams.
So Nina texted me this week that a video of Wendy Williams, frog face looking ass, crying on TV, talking about how she was like in a halfway house for some type of addiction, which she didn't specify. And so like as soon as
she didn't specify, she just said, you know, I've struggled with
but
yeah.
I watched other videos. This bitch used to be addicted to cocaine.
She used to be a crackhead.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was a crackhead.
So as soon as Nina sent it to me, I finished watching it. And so I texted her back and I was like, so this bitch was lying.
Yep.
Because remember when she fainted in that Halloween costume? It really looked like that bitch had seen something, got scared, and then passed out. It's like, bitch, no, like you were hallucinating. And then you passed the fuck out. Like you were going on a trip while you were trying to go to work.
You were on drugs.
Nigga, we know that look.
She did coke. And it's like, it makes perfect sense in Hollywood. You did coke before your show started.
Yes.
And coke doesn't have a time of day.
No.
Coke is just,
don't.
Coke is awake.
And then she probably wasn't even just doing coke. And so like on the same.
Pills. She did say it's pills too.
Pills? Oh, okay.
She's fucked up. That's why
Yeah.
she looks like shit.
Right, that body. It's not just Graves' disease.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that what she said she had? I think it was Graves' disease she said she was battling with, and that's why Nick Cannon was hosting the show for that period of time.
And she said she fucked up her arm. And you know what?
I mean, you passed out again?
You know what they're saying? Her husband beat her ass.
Oh, for doing drugs?
No,
Oh, he just beats her ass.
He beats her. First of all, Charlamagne used to work for Wendy like
a
long time ago. And he keeps in like on Breakfast Club, he's not saying anything, but he's insinuating hard that her husband has a lot to do with it. She just keeps saying, just so you know, Kevin Hunter is a terrible person. And they'll ask him a question. He's like, I don't know, but Kevin Hunter is a terrible person. Damn. And they'll be like, something, but Kevin Hunter is a horrible person. Like that's all he says. And I'm like, so he beats her ass. You know he has a mistress too, right?
No, I'm not. Honestly, no, but I'm not surprised.
There's a whole bunch of drama. So the mistress thing came out a long time ago. You know, the funny thing is Charlamagne introduced the mistress to her 10 years ago. So it's like they're both from the same place. Charlamagne's just like, oh, like we grew up in the same area. Introduced them years ago, and now there's a picture that came out of him and the mistress like on a beach, like taking pictures together, like smiling. And then rumors that on the trips that he was going with Wendy and his son, he was actually flying her out too and just having her somewhere else. Because, you know, okay, let me just give you the fucking tea. Because this came out a while ago.
Yeah.
He has a whole nother apartment for her. He's been paying all of her bills, paying for her businesses too, because she owns businesses, helping her afford all her shit. He's her sugar daddy, but boyfriend, and he's in love with her. Like,
so he really doing that shit I love. Like, he doesn't think that bitch is using him. Even though she probably is.
She probably is.
She probably got a whole nother nigga that she's funding.
He's like, she's like, money, free money. And it's Wendy Williams money. He actually told his mistress, like, I can't leave Wendy because I won't have enough money to take care of us. Yeah.
Oh, Wendy, honey.
Yeah. And it's like Wendy kind of seems like she knows, which would explain her spiraling out of control with drugs, because it's like, your life sucks. You talk shit about people on TV all day.
All the time. And you judge people for getting cheated on and staying.
Yep.
All the time.
And it's like, girl, That's you.
Like, the tea is on you this time, sadly.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I think it was Gail. I don't remember. It probably was Gail, like, talking about it. And she was like, yeah, we just have to commend her for coming out and saying that. I'm like, honestly.
They said she was just trying to get ahead of the news that dropped. Because it already came out.
Because they had the picture of her, like, looking all fucking tore up with that Tupperware.
They had her coming out of rehab.
Yes.
Yep. The picture dropped, and so coincidentally that morning she ran on TV. I've been in, and she's been in rehab for a long fucking time, and has a 24-hour sober coach that goes with her everywhere.
That means, bitch, you're addicted.
Look
like,
at her
you
body.
Real fucking addicted to whatever it is that you're doing. If you have to have somebody be there with you 24/7,
you're relapsing
like every fucking day,
anytime.
Like, your sobriety, like, it's a congratulatory sobriety for probably every hour that you're sober. It's not even like, oh, on the daily basis. Like, you know how they do it, like, days? Yeah. Like, her shit is like every fucking hour. You made it
half the day, Wendy. You did well. You did well.
That's 1 hour better than yesterday. We're just, we're going to take it one step at a time, Wendy.
It sucks because it's like, dang, addiction really controls your brain to where you feel sick without it. Like, I'm just like, because Wendy was a crackhead like 20 years ago. So it's crazy that's like, bitch, you still on that shit?
But that's how crack does. Like, people get on crack and they can never get off. Like, my uncle, he's a fucking crackhead. Aww. Sadly. I mean, it's fine. We all laugh about it.
Okay.
But
like My Favorite Murder.
Yeah.
Similar
like,
shit.
He's legitimately been a struggling crackhead for as long as I've known this nigga. Like, I remember he used to, like, steal shit from my grandma. Like, it was bad. Yeah.
Just to be able to afford shit.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God.
People really be out here doing shit for fucking drugs. Like, it's real sad, but that's what fucking happens.
Wow.
Sadly. And then this is what like when you went on the Shade Room, I was like, oh, I remember it. Fucking Cliff Dixon, that Kevin Durant's friend, how he got shot outside of his birthday party.
I did not know this. I heard
Nigga.
Wait, can I hear about this? What
happened? So I don't remember how many days ago it was, but I remember I was on Instagram and I just started seeing RIP and I was like, because he used to date Erica Mena. He used to date her. It was that nigga that was going off on people in the comments because they were saying she was a hoe and shit. He was like, "Was she my hoe now?" Like, he was riding hard for this bitch. They killed this nigga before she got with Safari. So the story is that he was outside of his 32nd birthday party, and like somebody, I think it was like a drive-by. They drove by.
It was definitely a hit.
Yeah. And they shot this nigga. And they said, on the report that I read, it said he had multiple gunshot wounds to the head. Yes. Yeah, and so police arrived at the scene at like 1 a.m. and they took him to the hospital. And he's Kevin Durant's friend. Like, apparently he used to be a NBA player.
I remember his name. Yeah.
And then he I think he was a rapper. I don't remember, but his page looked like he was a rapper. So I'm just assuming. Yeah. But they said they took him to the hospital and he was pronounced dead. Like, this nigga got shot and killed at his birthday party. I was like, that like
the
that
level of evil.
Like so sad.
Yeah.
And he has a young son.
That's, first of all, that's a hit. Just everything that sounds about it. I'm like, somebody came to kill you.
Yep.
Who the fuck did you piss off? Not that it's your fault, but what the fuck happened? But it's just like, people are fucking ruthless. Like, I just downloaded a whole bunch of music today, and YNW Melly, whatever his name is. I think he's already in jail because he fucking ratted on himself in a song. But he had a song I'm listening to. The song that I posted on Instagram today, where I was like, this song is dark as fuck, but it sounds great.
Yeah.
And he's basically like, oh yeah, I didn't mean to shoot this guy, but he kind of caught me by surprise, and then I shot him, and then he had tears in his eyes, and he said he didn't want to die, and I was like, it's too late. Right now is your time,
bruh.
And the song's called Murder on My Mind,
bruh,
because he's in jail, and all he's thinking about is like, damn, I'm here because I killed somebody, and it's like, yeah, nigga.
What did you expect to happen? Yeah. You a whole nigga.
But I could have sworn, like, because I don't really listen to him, but I just know his face because he just looks devious. And he's already in jail. Like, and the funny thing is, I saw memes about him saying, like, when you rat yourself out on a song, basically. Like,
so then, like,
he ratted himself out.
I thought you were saying like on his page he made it. I'm like, nigga, like,
no.
If you were thinking about that, like, why'd you let it happen?
Yeah, he like ratted himself out, similar to I mean, all these niggas rat themselves out on the song.
Yeah.
Like that nigga who kills everybody, the little boy who's about to get out of jail.
Oh, Bobby Shmurda.
Bobby Shmurda, who kills everybody.
And it's really sad because I honestly don't care about him killing people. I just want him to come back out and make a hit.
That's wow. That's hard. That's tough. And he's why in the song he's talking about how he's all traumatizing families and like everyone's miserable, and I'm just like,
I just know he better come out with a bop because these niggas was doing free Bobby Shmurda the whole time he was in jail.
Honestly, like for as many people as I heard he killed, his time ain't shit. Like, nigga,
yeah, no,
your karma is great.
He
so
probably
far.
Gonna get killed too. That's why
I know that I was just about to say that.
When it comes to like people that are in the drug dealing game and they be killing people and they're in gangs and shit, I don't know how much I value your life. Because it's like you clearly do not value yours. Why am I going to waste my stress on you when you don't care about your fucking life?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a very cold and heartless thing to say, but there are things that I have to pick and choose to care about. And like your life is not one of them.
Because you don't care.
Yeah. It's like, just like if you're my friend and you don't value your life, I can't be your friend. Like, if you don't love yourself, I can't be your friend.
Yeah.
Because, like, that's just going to cause a whole bunch of other problems. So, it's just like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I have to pick what I choose to care about and what I invest my energy in. And it's just like, my nigga.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you're another part of the system, but, like, everybody has a choice. And, like, life is hard. And sometimes you're dealt cards where it's like you have to lead your life a certain way. But at the same time, it's a lot of like personal fault. Mm-hmm. It's like if you're not trying to do better for yourself, and you know, like if you keep getting drugged back in, I know how they're like, yeah, but once you in, you ain't no getting out. Yeah. Like everybody knows that it goes that way, but you still chose to get in.
And that's the thing is like I had this conversation with my friend. I remember having it like, yeah, but these people who, for example, live in LA and they're involved in the gang life and it's like, you need to get away or you're going to die. I'm like, those same people in the gangs, if they feel like their life is in danger, they really could get up and like move to like Texas and the rent's cheaper.
Yeah. Like, well, that might, for some people, it might be impossible that like don't even have a car.
Right.
But it's just like, people don't prioritize the right things, you know? Like, and I was just talking to somebody and I was saying like the way I lead my life, like I do things out of happiness. Like I do things that make me happy, and like I don't necessarily always do things that like I'm supposed to do. You know how it's just like when you're in your 20s, it's like, oh, you're supposed to be grinding, you're supposed to be saving to have a house, you're supposed to be doing this, that, and that. I'm just like, okay, but for why? Whose dream is that? Is that the world's dream or is that my dream?
Yeah, it's the American dream.
It's not my dream.
And the American dream ain't real.
No. So it's just like I'm gonna do shit for me, but it's just like I'm not gonna do illegal shit.
That's the thing is like you know how you just said some of them don't have a car. I'm like, why are you doing all this shit if you ain't making no money?
Because it's fast cash, it's fast money, and they could still,
it comes as fast as it goes.
But they could still clout chase. They could still have a Gucci belt. They could still have fucking Louis. They could still have all this designer shit. They could still be hood rich
and then not have enough to get up and not have enough to fucking catch a flight and move.
That's what I'm saying. Like people's priorities are fucked up. Like, and then they get attracted to that lifestyle. They get attracted to that fast cash. Some of them end up getting trapped. And it's like they can't even get out. Yeah. So it's like they have to stay in that life, unfortunately.
Imagine all the celebrities who are relatively wealthy who are going further than what they have to look a certain way. You know, like I was thinking about that today. I'm like, damn.
Did you see that video on the Shade Room about how a lot of NBA players live check to check?
Oh shit, no.
Yeah, because remember, who was it we were talking to?
Not Randall?
No. Who was that nigga?
DJ Money?
It was fucking Frank. How he was saying
Millie.
He was getting the checks, like you would get all the money at one time. So there is some guy, I don't remember what it was, on a Shade Room, and he was talking about how like all of these NBA players, like they'll get their check, like they'll get a $5 million check, and they'll go buy $1 million house, and like then they don't think about how they have to pay the mortgage on that house, and then you get this car and you have to pay for all that, and you have to make payments on all these things, and it's just like the mortgage on that house could be like $300K. And so by the time that those bills come, you get your check and you have to give it all back. Because, like, you're basically living on credit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, so your entire life, your entire funds is on credit. So you're always having to pay somebody back for something because you get this lump sum of money at one time and you're forced to make it stretch for, like, this certain period of time.
And they're not educated enough to know to go to a financial advisor. Like, there's a lot of people who the only reason they have a financial advisor is because their manager let them put them on game. You know, like, they didn't know. And it's like a lot of these people, they don't think, oh, you know, like, oh, I got cash, I got money now, I got my student, I ain't got no, well, they ain't even had student loans if they made it to the NBA. But it's like, that's just so crazy. That's God.
And like,
that's frightening.
But when I was watching it, I was like, that absolutely makes sense, because I was thinking about who I dated in college and how he got a refund check because he was on the basketball team. So he would blow his fucking money.
Yeah, I knew. Remember, I told you I dated someone who was a foster kid, so his financial aid was through the roof above everyone else's. Even me, who it's like I was getting full financial aid, and his shit was way higher. He blew the whole John on fucking PlayStations, projectors, cars, all this shit that like crashed the car within a week of getting it. What you gonna do with a PlayStation and a projector? You know, like, you don't have shit.
And that's when niggas get into selling their shit every fucking month to pay rent. Like, and niggas real life really be doing that. Like,
sold all
every
his
time
shit.
Like rent comes around or they have to pay bills, they be selling shit just to pay all that.
That's crazy. Man, I know we were young and dumb, but I'm so glad I wasn't that stupid.
I didn't do dumb shit
like that. We
could
could have made a lot of mistakes.
Like, I just made my shit stretch, and then when I didn't have money, I was just like, you guys, I'm broke as fuck and I gotta wait for my fucking refund check
and post it at home.
Posted in my dorm room. Shitty ass fucking dorms at college,
nigga, terrible. Also, did you see the whole Jess Hilarious thing?
I didn't watch the whole thing because once I saw that video of her screaming, I was like, I don't want anything to do with this.
I honestly saw the whole thing and I was like, I was like, oh, I don't care what happened.
Honestly, like, if I go on social media, it's to look at the memes my friends send me.
The memes be funny.
They be killing me. And then to look at hair videos, look at makeup videos, look at like DIY videos. And that's it. Like, I have really realized how irritated I am by social media. And it's just because, like, people get on there and act a complete whole ass. Like, they act a fucking ass. And I'm not here for this shit.
It's like her career is super highly based off her social media. So I get her having to be on it. But the thing that I'm annoyed by is, like, everyone being outraged about everything. How the fuck are all of you canceling all these people? None of these people are canceled. Anyone who's been canceled who is not in prison is still making money. Nothing happened. You just made them feel like, I try to now put myself in this situation. If I made a mistake, like Jess Hilarious, like, she's gonna lose a couple gigs, she's gonna lose a little thing here and there. But
wait,
it's like,
what happened?
So she was being Jess Hilarious. Like, when the whole thing happened, I saw the whole thing without the publicity. I just saw the whole thing naturally happen.
You follow her?
I follow her.
Oh, okay.
She's hilarious, and it's like, I was just like, oh. Because she was boarding a flight. She flies all the time. She has shows she tours herself. So she's breaded. She's 27.
Breaded.
And she's fucking breaded. Yeah. Like, she does all her own shows. All she does is travel. Like, all she does is travel to shows and be with her son. And
as it should be.
Even when she's with her friends, she's either with her friends while her son is at the house, and and her son is with them, not like off to the side. He really is in her snaps, like right in the middle of them. Or it's at night super late and she'll go out with her friends and the same friends who are like going on tours with her. So it's like she has a tight circle. But she went on a flight and she saw somebody with the little Muslim garb, which I don't even know this shit is Sikh or whatever.
I don't know what that shit is, but I remember like glancing about this and like people were being mad because she basically like tried to brush it off and play it off like she wasn't being racially or like religiously insensitive. I don't know, it's
Islamophobic.
Islamophobic.
Because the Jess Hilarious thing, it's her thing to be like, like she does that. And so she was boarding her flight and then she zoomed in on the person and she was like, what are you doing on the flight? Like being Jess Hilarious. And it's like, and then so everybody like made it go viral and was like, look at her being Islamophobic and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And then she went on and she responded how I would have responded, which is why I saw nothing. I mean, I wouldn't have responded. I would have felt that way internally and never posted it. But
You just got to make the fucking choice. I don't get why people think they need to record fucking everything. Why?
Why would you tell me? She's like, I had nothing to do with them getting kicked off the plane, so don't say it, because everyone had to get off the plane, but it was probably something unrelated. Yeah. She was like, and then when they got back on the plane, she was like, they didn't get back on the plane, so y'all keep saying that I'm being full of shit, but those people didn't get let back on the plane, where it's like, it could have been some racist shit.
Where they didn't let them back on, just like how my dad gets randomly searched when he goes to the airport.
It's like, it's like, bitch, like, this is still racist, them not getting back on the plane.
And the thing is, even if she didn't have any part with them getting kicked off, but her just instigating the Islamophobia by making that video, people around her heard that, and they were probably like, oh my god, like, does she know something we don't know? Like, and they probably could have incited fear in everybody else just by that one statement you had. Like, it literally just takes one person to say something hateful for everybody else to jump on board and be like, oh yeah, well, guess what? Like, I feel that way too, and you just made me feel like it's okay to say it.
Yeah, and she just got in trouble because somebody called her like a tranny, and so she called him a faggot. And everybody was, and then everyone's like,
it's faggot.
Yeah, and everybody was like, yeah. So even Crystal on the read doesn't like Jess, and Jess went on Crystal's DMs, like, trying to hit her up, like, oh, I heard, like, and Crystal was like, bitch, I don't give a fuck. Like, Crystal never responded. She was just like, and then she reposted it, like, look at this bitch in my DMs. Like, tell this bitch to get the fuck out my DMs.
I would have unsent that message.
Right. Right. Like,
as soon as I see that you read it, I'm unsending that hoe. Like,
I don't know I don't know the difference between Muslim and Sikh. Like,
me, I don't know.
I found out when Jess found out.
I don't know any of that shit.
She, like, it was sad. Like, she, whatever. She probably lost some gigs, but it's like, girl, it's not gonna hurt you overall. So she moved on. She's moved on. She's fine. And because she moves, like, that's the thing I actually really like about her. On top of her being hilarious, her ability to move on from issues, even if she's crying behind the scenes, her ability to, like, stand strong, I like a lot.
And it's probably because she's a comedian, because, like, what they say about most comedians is just, like, they're funny because they've been through shit. Yeah. So it's just like, she found a way to laugh through her pain. So you really think her getting dragged on the internet for being basically racist is gonna be a problem to her?
She had to do a public apology because her publicist probably told her, like,
girl, you try not to have ticket sales.
And you're on TV. She's on Fox now, and she's doing a whole bunch of shit, so it's like, they probably were like, girl, before you get kicked off of, banned from Fox, let me just do the so she did her apology. She moved the fuck on. Like, I'm just like, shit, the moment she learned about these different races and religions was the moment I did.
Yeah. So, and it's just like, people always act like they're so hyper aware of everything. It's like, you don't know all this shit.
You don't know until you find out you don't know.
Like, you could barely read.
It's ignorance. Shit. Ignorance is literally, you were not made aware of something, so how could you know? Like, it's different than being stupid. Like, she was ignorant. Like, that's fine.
It's like, it's kind of like what we talked about last week, how it's like, if things are not relevant to your life, you're least likely to know about them. So it's just like, she could have been ignorant to that. Was it right for her to do that? No. Let's move on.
Like, Charlamagne went somewhere, I forgot. He asked some people who, because he was talking about blackface, and he was like, he just noticed their reaction. He was like, do you guys know what blackface is? And the white people were like, no. And it's like, this happens, and he didn't think they were stupid. He thought they were ignorant, because how the fuck could you not know about blackface?
Like, do you live under a rock?
Yeah, because I didn't even know about blackface until, like, I became, like, a teenager adult. Yeah,
I was actually, like, I was probably, like, more so adult than a teenager. Right. Adolescent.
Adolescent. Yeah. Adolescent is like 12 to 18, ain't it? Yeah. 12 to 17, I think. I don't fucking know. 18 is
sounds
an adult.
About right.
Yeah. I remember I had to do some study. And we
maybe I was a young adult. I don't know.
Yeah, we were young adults, so we learned blackface pretty late. So it's just like, it's just stupid. But the thing about Jess Hilarious, because I am a fan of hers, and like, when she does, I was looking around for all the people that I like and all their live shows, and nobody's coming here anytime soon. I missed all of them. Andrew Schultz.
Don't you hate when you look it up and you missed all that shit?
Yeah, and they all come out here.
We could have seen My Favorite Murder. They were in
San Diego,
and then they did Vegas. Like, I'm like, we could have done an easy drive to either one of those, and we definitely missed it.
Yeah, Jess is in Vegas tomorrow. 85 South Show isn't around here. Brilliant Idiots is doing a live show in New York, and like, I looked through all of them because I was like, I want to go to a live show, and looked through all of them. Nobody's coming, and I was like, great. Thanks. Even the read. Well, I already saw the read live, and I've seen Furious Thoughts live. So I'm done with the read. Like, I've seen you guys live. I prefer you guys over a podcast. And they just got a TV show on Fuse.
For what?
Yeah. Just their podcast.
Oh, okay. Did you see how like B Simone and what's that loud girl? And she like hokey pokey turn your ass around. Did you see that clip?
Get the fuck back here.
I'm like, I don't understand this show. Like
it's like one of those bullshit parody shows. Did you see Blame It on Quay?
No.
Okay, so theirs isn't the first one. Zeus, that site Zeus. I'm gonna buy B Simone's show because that shit looks hilarious. But Zeus, they take Instagram famous people and give them TV shows. So when I actually went on Zeus, it's like a ton of Instagram celebrities have their own TV show. And like there was a couple where people were like, this shit is funny as fuck. So I'm going to buy B Simone. It's $3.99 for a whole season.
Oh, that's nothing.
Yeah. So I'm going to buy B Simone's, and I'm going to buy probably this other one that, I forgot his name, but like some other comedians are on. Like it's just like social media people finally getting the opportunity to do TV, but it's just like Flavor of Love. And so Blame It on Quay, who opened Crab Queens in Houston, and he's about to open a Crab Queens in Oh fuck, you're fucking allergic to
that's
seafood.
why I was looking at you like that. I'm like, I don't know what you're telling me.
Fuck. Well,
I'm gonna go there.
Go with my other
there
friends
and have an allergy attack.
Just sit there because the air. Fuck.
Yeah,
like,
I'll be in there coughing.
Yeah. So go with one of my other friends. But he's opening one out here. It's like he's making bread. He's popping. Like Tyler Perry just came to his shop. Like he's popping. He's done. He's good. Like his life is booming. And he had a whole love show. I didn't watch it just because I wasn't really into it. But when I saw the previews for B Simone's, I was like, this shit looks funny as fuck.
It doesn't make sense to me. Like, cause you know that it's fake.
It's fake. Oh,
like it's
fake
as fuck. Like I don't.
B Simone ain't even like how she got it. There's first of all that one midget girl from Little Women, Atlanta, or one of them. She's on the show. B Simone is straight, and then that guy who did the hokey,
look like a trans. No, that's offensive.
He might be a cross dresser. I don't even know if he's trans.
Them.
He might be trans.
We'll say them so that nobody gets offended. They, them.
Okay.
Whatever that means.
Don't cancel our podcast because we're ignorant, remember? Yeah, we're ignorant.
I'm not about that life.
Yeah, it's all scripted. It looks hilarious. Vina, Pretty V, that's the girl you're talking about, the loud one. Yeah.
She's loud as fuck.
She's funny as shit.
She's funny, but it's like sometimes like I get tired of like comedians because they're really, a lot of them are loud.
I don't like the redundancy of some of these people. Like that Dark Potatoes guy. If he went on for like years, I'd be sick of it. Plus he's gonna get arrested.
I'm convinced you don't have teeth.
You guys, oh my god, shit. When you showed me that video, I wasn't aware that guy wasn't part of it until I went through Dark Potatoes page and I was like, this guy is not part of it. And his ability to do analogies of people so fast.
Good. I'm like, where are my brain cells for that?
Like when that girl came, he said, you need to slow down.
You look like you were running, ma'am.
He was like, I'm 3 feet away from you. And he's all in her face. She's like, you are not 3 feet away from me. He was like, you're 3 feet tall. And then he says something like, you need to go get your hair done.
Yes.
What the fuck is wrong?
That nigga sent me into the grave. And remember I told you he probably gonna be in jail, and you looked and you were like, he went to court.
23 counts. He had to post on his page like, so I can't do any more of these trolling videos because he said after going to the court and the judge telling me I have 23 counts, it kind of came to me that I should stop doing these trolling videos.
Yeah.
So now I guess he's going to do parody ones. So I don't know if he'll still be funny. He's funny, though. I feel
like he should, if anything, if he could like get a show, it'd be like a new age Jackass. Because like that's literally all that Jackass did. Yes. The reason they didn't get in trouble though is because I'm sure they had people sign waivers after the scene was over. So it's like the scene is over. But there were some of them where the police did come they weren't supposed to be doing that shit.
Yeah, he would be perfect. Everyone look up Dark Potatoes on Instagram
hilarious.
If you want to laugh. It's like ignorant laughing too.
Yes.
Like you're like, what the fuck is this?
And some of them
funny.
you're just like, dude, you're gonna get in trouble. Like when he was talking to the officer. Did you watch the one where he was talking about officer?
And it's the fact that he's holding his camera.
And he's like flipping it, and the officer is like, what's your name? He's like, Darkness. And the officer's like, what's your name? He said Darkness.
He's like, Darkness, nigga.
Please watch, guys.
In multiple videos, people are like, are you tweaking? Like, because he really does seem like he's on drugs.
I think he's just one of them niggas.
One of them annoying ass niggas. I think he's
just one of them annoying niggas.
Yeah, if we met him, like, you're funny. If we knew you in person, we would be sick of you.
Yeah.
His roommate is fucking annoyed.
Oh, the one that choked him out? Yeah.
He said, nigga, you look like YBN, Almighty J, and a giraffe. and the fact that he puts the picture next to it, and it's like, nigga, you do look like that. Like, I hate him. His roommate beats him up in multiple videos. It's hilarious. Sorry, we went off track. The only other thing about Jess Hilarious that I was going to say is, I don't like her choices in men. Her boyfriend, Chris. Oh yeah, you remember Chris? this nigga never worked, and we could tell, like,
he's a drug dealer.
This nigga doesn't have a job. No, she said that he stole tons of money from her.
But how did she not know?
She was with him. She knows.
Oh, no, but like when they were dating, like, did she know?
I think she's a dumb bitch, like, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
You know, like, I like how, like, she keeps a circle around her, so even when there's not a man, like, she has her friends. I like that now she's dating a man who has his own fucking job, but I don't like who she chose.
Is it that one funny nigga? Yeah, that's for real, her boyfriend?
Has 10 kids. She jokes about it. He has 9 kids. Honey. So together they have 10. Yeah, so so Chris, I didn't like Chris, and I could tell he was using her because it's like, he's really this is really fucked up to say, but it's like, he's really cute, and like, it just didn't seem like a match. He's not that cute, but like them two, she caught him cheating multiple times and kept taking it back. So I knew that he was moving on her dime. So he would buy her nice shit too, but I have a feeling he was buying her nice shit with her own money. Yeah. Or he would go gamble and then come back and buy her shit. And I'm like,
I'd rather spend my own money. I don't want you to buy all my shit for me.
He just sounded dumb. Everything, like, and just in general, it's just like, I hate some people's choice in men. I'm just like, what the fuck? And it's more of a lonely thing, I can tell, and less of like he's a soulmate type. So she got with Country Wayne. He's famous on Instagram. While he was still married, and he still is married, working on the divorce. And like, she thinks I don't know why bitches be thinking they're so special. I'm not going
because they pussy good.
Right. It's like, niggas
I'm not saying she's saying that, but
yeah, but it's like, this nigga's fucked 9 people. You can't assume your pussy's the best.
All his baby mamas is what?
He got like 3 or 4.
I was like, wait, what?
I think it's 3 baby mamas.
He needs to be on that Ayanla video with them niggas that was saying how many kids and baby mamas he needs Ayanla.
Something's going on. Like, I know he has light eyes, and girls be dumb as shit for a nigga with light eyes, but it's like, and he makes money, but it's like, I just don't like that choice either, because there was the whole thing of like her thinking he was cheating on her birthday, Valentine's Day, and they broke up, and then come to find out that the house she moved in, he bought for her, and they lived together, and it's like, oh, what? Like,
I mean, people be getting in messy situations. Like,
you're not special.
It's that whole love isn't always right type of thing. You know how people really be saying them excuses? Like, I'm pretty sure Alicia Keys has had that to herself.
I think y'all different. I mean, Alicia got lucky. She
got real fucking lucky because they friends now.
Niggas be full of shit. And
I'm gonna leave my wife. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it now. Country Wayne is about to get her pregnant. Or she's pregnant right now.
But that other nigga never got her pregnant. You think she was doing like a Chloe where she
Country Wayne has 9 kids.
Yeah.
It's not even her. Yeah, I'm not talking about her.
So that's what that nigga does.
That nigga gets women pregnant. Yeah.
Oh no.
And he leaves, he cheats on his girlfriends with the next one. He cheats on his wife with the next one. So he's going to cheat on you with the next one. Yeah. He's going to get her pregnant too. You know, like, he has 9 kids. If he doesn't have he should have a vasectomy, first of all.
Niggas need to go to therapy.
Can men store their sperm?
Yeah.
He needs to store his.
Yeah, that's how they do like the random like inseminations.
He's 31 years old.
Well, not like random.
31 with 9 children.
I mean, fucking Offset has 4. And he's 27.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. And there's rumors that Cardi's pregnant.
Again.
I know. But like, I just had to side note, because I was getting really I've been getting agitated with Jess Hilarious's choice in men, because everything else she does is right.
That's why I don't follow people that have a blue check mark for the most part. Like, there's certain people that I follow that are verified, but it's just like, if you're all over Instagram, I know that you post a lot, and I'm not trying to see that all the time.
She posts a lot.
And I definitely will mute people.
Yeah.
It's like, some people I want to follow them to support them, but it's like, I'm not trying to see everything you post. Like, I'll visit your page when I realize I haven't looked at it in a while.
Right. Yeah. And people like her, actually, she only follows 4 people, so everything she sees online, she has to be searching. Because I'm like, I know she has Shade Room's post notifications on, because anyone who has a blue check mark, they'll post so that they're at the top of Shade Room's post, so they get more followers from that. So I'm sure she has their notifications on, because she's saying something just like Lala Milan. just like Milan Christopher, like all these people with check marks, they're just trying to get more followers. Milan Christopher was the gay guy from Love and Hip Hop.
No, I was thinking about his dildo. That's why I was looking like that. I was like,
the naked photo shoot with his dick just hanging.
Yeah, I was like,
big old dick.
I haven't seen a lot about his dildos because I remember they're supposed to go on sale, and I haven't seen a lot about Safaris either.
Oh yeah, Safari's deal is happening now.
Yeah,
Milan's is probably out. We just don't hear about it because we want to buy it. Yeah. I was okay. We don't talk about sex on this podcast.
No.
Next subject.
That video you sent me of Cardi B that I didn't watch before I deleted. She was talking about getting the trademarked.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know she made that word.
She didn't. The Kardashians did, sadly. But I'm not
did
too
they,
mad.
Though?
They said that they said it on like they're keeping up on the Kardashians
I saw that.
before like she started saying it.
Yeah. But
so I'm like,
still, that's why I was like, I just assumed the Kardashians didn't make it because they steal everything.
Yeah, I don't know if it was her and then they copied her, but it's around the same time frame. But the fact that she like fucking trademarked that shit, I'm like, good move, girl.
Wow.
Do that shit.
Secure the fucking bag until
like she's moving smart because she had a shoe collaboration with Steve Madden.
Yeah.
Like off top in her career. Then came Fashion Nova.
Yeah.
Her album, records, music is going off. She's on tour. She has fucking songs.
She's about to be in a movie with J-Lo and a whole bunch of people.
That one you sent me. Mm-hmm. And then she has collaborations. Like it's not even Cardi. What's his name? Bruno Mars featuring Cardi B. It's Cardi B and Bruno Mars. Like so, it's both of their songs.
I mean,
like
her bills are $300K a month. The bitch is paying her fucking bills and her mama's bills.
Shit. Like, but honest, like, that's funny you say pay your mama's bills. But, like, if I had what she had, my parents would just move in with me. Like, the house is big enough to where I feel like they wouldn't bother me.
Well,
I would move them into, like, a back house, though.
Yeah, the second house. Yeah. People have two houses on there. Candy Burris
from... Them niggas would be there.
She has two houses on her property. Yeah, it would be just like that. I remember she, on Real Housewives of Atlanta, she threw a party and had it in her second house, and it was like a whole fucking house. It wasn't a half house. Yeah. She had a house in a house.
It's like, oh, so you got another house in your backyard? All right, cool.
Everybody was like, is this your house? She was like, no, this is the back house. They're like, this is a house. This is actually a mansion.
Yeah,
like your back house,
no back nothing.
Your back house is a whole fucking mansion, like crazy. But
like living in Atlanta get you,
man. Other pop culture, you know Tommy from Love and Hip Hop, the super pretty, a Bad and Bougie cover.
Yeah,
Tommy.
We talked about her last week.
Did you hear what happened?
I shouldn't have talked about her. I feel like it made something happen because we were talking about her having the anklet on. What happened?
Yeah, she got that anklet on. So you gotta go to court every once in a while for your hearings and shit. Oh, okay, you probably heard this story, but it was so long ago. She's actually went to court for that story a while ago where she came into her daughter's classroom and dragged this bitch,
slammed her head in the locker.
Tommy is crazy, and I'm sure she's probably drunk. She's alcoholic, right?
Yeah, she's probably drunk.
So it's like she probably was drunk. She dragged her by, slapped her in the face in the classroom in front of everyone, slapped her in the face, dragged her by her hair out the classroom, and threw her against a locker. I'm sure they said they slammed her head, but it's like when you think about it, it's like she slammed her. She was probably drunk,
and she probably actually did slam her.
So she went to the court hearing for that.
Oh, did she get arrested? Like get put in jail?
Yeah.
How long?
But you want to know why she got arrested? She came to court drunk. And they were like, blood test her right now. She was 0.16.
Bitch, what?
She came to court drunk, not tipsy.
How do you think they're not going to notice?
Who does that? You came to court drunk. And Charlamagne said exactly what I was thinking. He was like, you guys need to not send her to jail.
Send her to a sober living.
She came to court drunk. She needs rehab immediately. If you're in the mentality of coming to see a judge drunk with an ankle bracelet on,
bracelet.
You need
bitch no. Ain't no fucking ankle bracelet.
What's that shit called again?
Fucking house arrest, not bracelet. House arrest anklet.
Yeah, the bitch came.
She can't.
The bitch came with that shit on. So the title of it says, I heard this on Breakfast Club this morning. Love and Hip Hop star Tommy Lee arrested after showing up for court drunk. She's 34.
What?
Yeah, she had her kids when she was 14, 15.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Honey.
She posted on her page. Oh, she dropped a song like today.
Yeah, I saw that. Like I saw that she dropped a song and I was listening to it and like I'm watching the video and I was like, I don't like this.
She posted over the jail cell phone. Hey guys, I really thank you for all your support and everything. Please listen to my song. You can tell she's on the jail phone.
Oh, no.
Yeah. She posted on Instagram, like, I'm going to be gone for a while. Yeah, bitch, you're in jail.
Yeah, you're going to jail.
Like, I'm sure her story was terrible, and she tells it in her new song. I'm going to listen to her new song, Truth. But, girl.
Honey.
She needs rehab. Someone needs to help her. I don't know who's around her, but they're not helping her.
Yeah.
And, I mean, guys, we're taping this like a couple days before we drop. Portia from Real Housewives, she just delivered
Oh, yeah,
today,
she had her baby.
which is nice. Congrats.
But what I was going to say is, like, how you were saying she needs somebody to help her. Like, Tommy needs somebody to help her.
Tommy,
Remember how her mom was talking to her? Like, when she, like, when they started fighting?
I remember how I felt when I saw that. And I was like, her mama coming through like, you know, I really want to work it out.
And then, fuck you, go back to jail.
I don't give a fuck about you. I don't give a fuck about you either. I'm like,
Nigga,
what the fuck? No wonder Tommy is fucked up because you, like, oh my God, the poor parenting that some people do where it's like, you're trying to seem like you're coming from a good place and you're coming to make changes and then you retract
immediately. This bitch didn't even waste no time.
In the eye of stress.
It was like in the same breath, like, I just want to be here. Fuck you then. Shit.
Give a fuck about you.
Whoa.
Like, her mom, but it's like, damn, your life is just fucked up. I'm sure she was molested because girls like her were always.
Oh, no. The song, she said, I'm still that same girl that my uncle was molesting.
Oh, yeah.
I listened to that part and I was like, okay, this is not for me.
Doesn't it suck when people are as gorgeous as her? Like, girl, you are fine.
Like, you just need to learn how to act right.
No wonder she was with Scrappy during Love and Hip Hop. That nigga was dogging her out the whole time. And I was like, this girl's fine as shit. What is she doing with this nigga? Like, it's because she's just a hood bitch.
And she's not in there. It's not doing it.
And with all that alcohol.
It's not doing it.
And he was with her while she was an alcoholic. So he was allowing her to be
What do you mean, wow? That bitch still is.
Right. He was with her and he went to jail. Like, nigga, y'all just ain't it.
Like, y'all really wanted to be the same person.
Yeah.
Like,
You just
I don't get it.
People be with trash ass people. Like,
they do.
Jesus.
But, you know, to each their own. Did you do the Florida Man birthday challenge?
I couldn't. Mine wasn't giving me nothing good because I kept putting 30 May 30th and they kept giving me 30-year-olds.
What was mine?
Yeah, what's yours? Because I was getting frustrated. I gave up.
I can't find the one that I actually did, but like I seen some funny one. It was like an armless man gets accused of stabbing a man with some scissors. Yeah, it was like an armless man stabbed somebody with some scissors. I'm like, wait a minute, how?
I saw
he ain't got no fucking arms.
All mine were 30-year-olds, but it's like I hope I want to find it just so because I remember some of them were really hilarious. Oh yeah, Florida man steals zoo animal. I heard that one. Florida man threatens to kill his neighbor with kindness.
There's one on here. I was like, well, you know what? I ain't too mad. Like, it said Florida man convicted of killing former FSU mascot in Gumbo spice dispute. What? Why are y'all fighting about Gumbo?
What? Florida man hits pregnant girlfriend with bag of tortilla chips over baby's paternity.
Bruh, just leave.
What the fuck?
Ooh. This one's actually getting quite grim.
Oh, no.
Whoa.
Well, go ahead.
Whoa. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna read none of these shits.
Oh, he just murdered people?
Yeah, like it's actually really bad.
Okay, this ain't my favorite murder.
Yeah, we ain't about to.
We gonna leave it for y'all.
So let's move on. This is the next topic because that shit got dark real fast.
Oh my God, did you hear that Adrian Broner shit? How Andrew Caldwell, which I've always assumed that I know who he is, but I'm gonna pull him up on my phone so that I can.
feel like I heard about it, but I'm not like all the way sure.
I know he's the one who's delivered. Who used to be gay, and he's not gay no more. Oh, his face don't want to pop up on my phone because my phone decides to be slow.
Right.
And I ain't got your Wi-Fi.
I was trying to find I Am Zoe earlier, and I could not find him.
So basically, Adrian Broner was kind of saying, this nigga who has millions of followers, but he's responding about one nigga. Andrew Caldwell was saying something about, like, eating his ass or something, sucking his dick or something. Whoa. So Adrian Broner came on Instagram and posted, he was all like, I'm not with that gay shit. He was like, if you approach me with that gay shit and I don't have my gun on me, I'm a hit you. If I have my gun on me, I'm a shoot you.
No, honey, no. You don't get to say shit like that.
Don't threaten to shoot somebody.
And he can't even fight him.
Right, his hand's a weapon.
Yeah, he can't do that.
Okay, Andrew Caldwell is who I thought he was.
Let me see.
That.
Oh.
First of all, he's gay.
Yeah, I'm like, he look gay.
Talking about, oh, God delivered me. God put you on earth
his
as a gay man.
His skin too good. He gay.
Yeah, he has a gay face. And I know that's so ignorant to say.
It is, but y'all know.
Don't cancel me. But Andrew Caldwell is gay.
Yeah,
like,
he look gay.
Just because he's trying to fuck women because all he's doing is being disgusted and busting a nut. That's what the fuck he's doing. Like, because he's still famous online, so I'm sure he can get pussy. Like, and I'm sure he's fucking women to be straight like God wants him to be. But it's like, nigga, you are a whole gay nigga. Like, but that's all I had to say about that. Like, and Adrian Broner, the problem with Adrian Broner is he don't even win fights. So it's like
I'm pretty sure he's retarded.
He's the niggas be uneducated.
Well, he get hit in the head for a living.
Yeah.
So
some niggas really don't be smart though.
No,
like you're not smart. Like you're not intelligent.
I just saw something like that on Tumblr. Like when you grow up and you realize that like there are really some adults that do not grow out of stupidity. Like there's literally adults that are dumb,
like R. Kelly.
Yes. Please. No.
I just showed Ashley before we started taping. Because I follow his daughter because she's about to start singing too. Makes sense. And she posted like, oh, it's my birthday. I think she just turned 21. And she's like, oh my God, just like chilling. She's really like humble and calm and chill. She's not an Instagram hoe. Like she's just like she's like an indie type artist. And he had the nerve to post a video singing on. I just got irritated just saying it. He had the nerve to post a video singing happy birthday to her. And they put it on the Shade Room. Oh, he posted it on Instagram.
He has an Instagram?
During the R. Kelly, I don't know.
He has to.
Yeah, because it says family for life. And it's like, I follow your daughter. When the R. Kelly special came out, she told us all that she doesn't have any relationship with you, that you guys don't speak. Talking about, I gotta be in a relationship with my kids, but you got arrested the next day for $161,000 in child support you didn't pay, which is half of your fucking net worth, probably. Like, what type of fucking fraud? Like that, and that's the thing. When you're a certain level of unintelligent, you believe that you can get away with things. So obviously he's like,
he a dumbass nigga.
Oh, I didn't mess with them girls, and I beat my case. So he thinks that's okay. Whatever. Let them girls go. Fuck them. Honestly, those girls that were on the Gale thing.
Don't say fuck him.
No, not the ones who got molested. The two girls that are with him. No, fuck them. Oh, for sure. Fuck them. Like for sure. Ooh. I mean that with conviction because they disrespected the fuck out of their parents. Yeah. They disrespected the fuck out of the people who are looking for them. Fuck them. Like, but everyone else who got molested and please save them, and he deserves to get convicted for that. But them stupid little ass girls,
hopefully they get to speak up.
Fuck them dumb hoes, because they're gonna come back just like the Michael Jackson special and be like, I was lying because I loved him.
He was paying for my shit. My hair was laid. Did you not see my lace front when I was talking again?
Yeah. And it's like, if your parents bought you some shit, you would know that everything I saw on them, I was like, I could buy that right now. Like, and you're sitting here with a child molester. Like, that was fuck those bitches. I really don't like those two girls. But what's it called? The fact that he's singing happy birthday to his daughter and he doesn't have a relationship with them drives me up a fucking wall. And it shows how dumb he is because of how much of a fraud he is. Like, you think that we're as dumb as you, basically.
Well, fraud ass people always think that like
they're the smartest one in the
world. Yeah, and
they
think that like what they're doing, people aren't going to catch on to that shit. Like, somebody tried to play me at work like that this week, and I'm like, I really hate when people try and play me for a fool or act like I'm dumb and like I don't know what's going on.
The same. I work with some kids at my job, and so my boss did a class of like teach them how to do something on Excel, and I told my boss, I'm not going because we have shit that needs to get done. My boss is like, he's super cool, but he's so annoying that he doesn't realize like we have a goal to reach by a certain date, and you keep coming in saying,
he probably doesn't care.
Do this. But then also telling me you guys need to pick it up. Then stop
give
it.
Us time.
There's an Excel class here. There's an Excel class here. Let me teach you this. Let me show. Can I work, my nigga?
Let them niggas watch that shit on YouTube at home.
He gave us a book for it. He's like, the whole, I've had so many jobs in my life that now I'm used to this type of shit. It was crazy, but it's just like, So my other 4 coworkers went to the class and learned how to do the Excel with him, and by the end of the day, they all were still doing it wrong. And this morning, we were having to fix it. And one of the girls are really smart. The boys get really smart, and they're fucking stupid. So I'm like, why are you guys smart and you're not good at what you do? And so one dude was like, I was asking a question. He was like, well, Nina, you should have went to the class. I said, why would I go to the class when y'all didn't learn anything? And he was just like, oh. Yeah, shut the fuck up.
He was just trying to be a smart ass. I hate when people try and be smart asses with me.
Yeah, but they be trying to, like, one dude who's like, I said something, he was like, I was like, oh, yeah, I didn't get enough done yesterday. He was like, well, you came to work late. I said, actually, I broke it down because I was like, shut the fuck up. First of all, he's the same nigga who every morning he's like, oh, you're early today. Stop clocking me because I'm doing better than you. You don't want me to speak up around the boss, like, because I will tell him about you in front of him. You don't want that to happen. Like, because y'all.
It's because they don't know, like, how work dynamics work.
They don't know. They don't know.
They haven't had a job yet.
All they care about is a paycheck. They don't care about the work at all. And so he was like, well, because you started late. I said, no, actually, I'm doing a half day today. So Frank got an email at 8 a.m. this morning. And the other boss also checked in with me this morning. So I was actually only supposed to stay 1 till 4. And I stayed 1 till 7 while you're running out the door and your work. And every single day, it's that same dude's whose work isn't done. And it's like, you're not
definitely not about to get hired.
He's studying for the CFA exam instead of focusing on the work. Yeah, this is the problem. I'm the only one who cares because I'm the only one who cares to get rehired. Yeah. All of them are just doing it for money. I asked all of them, are you guys reapplying? They're just like, I mean, they all did it just for money. And it makes sense because I'm like looking at my boss like, why'd you hire these people? Some of them are fucking weak. Like, what the fuck?
That's honestly at all jobs. They be hiring weak people just to have the bodies and be like, oh, well, we're working on it. We're doing something. And in reality, they ain't doing shit.
It ties into my look at God because all this complaining like, worked out. You know, like all of the feelings that I have like parlayed into something that worked out. But yeah, that's just, we sidetracked. That shit happens. Fuck R. Kelly. The only last thing, Small. I can't wait to see the Us movie, everyone.
I was like, Small, like, what's that?
Yeah. They do have that show, what's it called, with Marseille Martin or whatever her name is from Blackish, Big or Small or whatever, with Issa Rae and all that. Yeah. I don't know when that comes out, but that's just a sidetrack. But I can't wait, everyone. By the time this episode comes out, we
should have been seeing
we're taping it when Us came out, and I'm about to go see it in like right before this episode drops, and like, so we'll talk about it next week,
and then that'll give people time to see it too.
Yeah, so there's gonna be a spoiler next week, so watch the fucking movie, support Black business also. Like, even if Jordan Peele is Jordan Peele, I was thinking Keegan Michael Key. If Jordan Peele is rich, it's a Black person, even though he married white, but whatever.
And look, y'all, we gotta get over that shit because it's like y'all don't even be wanting to date the people they date outside their race. Like, you literally just have a problem with it because you have a problem with it. Like, at this point in my life,
date that nigga.
I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
And whoever he was with was probably with him before he had money.
Yes.
With his weirdo ass.
Let these people love who they love, and you focus on getting dogged out by a nigga.
Yeah, I want a white boy. When white boys are fine, they're fine. I told you
it's gonna happen for Nina. Nina's gonna get a white boy.
I really
She
hope
don't
so.
Believe it.
Hopefully he's fine though, because some of the white boys, some of these girls are getting with, I'm like.
But it don't even be about that. Like, I feel like it's like because they be having their shit together.
But okay.
They don't, yeah.
Once again, we don't talk about sex on this podcast, so it's like all those other prerequisites we just won't discuss. But, it ain't about the size of the boat. It's about the motion of the ocean. And that shit is true.
But we don't do baby carrots.
We don't talk about sex on the podcast, so I can't even expand on that. But what I can tell you is I accept all people. It ain't about the size of the boat. It is about the motion of the ocean.
Y'all niggas need to learn what you're doing.
That shit is true.
Yes.
When you get older, you realize.
Yes.
The more people you meet, you realize how true that is.
Yep.
But yeah, so let's spoiler next week for the Us movie, and it's a good time for a commercial break. Okay.
All right, what up, y'all? So this week I'm bringing you a very, very bomb-ass black business of the week. So we have Louis Flanders, who is on Instagram under daddydoesitcreations, and he has his website www.ddiworkshop.com/. So on his website, you could find, I don't know if you guys have seen this on Instagram, but I have before, those African-shaped bookshelves. He makes custom-ordered African-shaped bookshelves, spice racks, tables. I saw that on his website he even has custom creations, and like, you don't even have to just get the African shaped bookshelf. You could get Texas. We know how y'all feel about that,
right?
You could get the DR. You could get California with a big ass LA in it. That shit looks bomb. He even makes like cutting boards in the shape of whatever your home country is. And I was looking on his website. He accepts payment plans for orders over 200, so that's helpful because furniture is an investment.
That's dope.
And then you can also pick the size that you would like your item to be, of course, since it's custom. So I really think y'all should check him out. I'm actually like, I was trying to find out where to buy this from, and I just so happened to just like tag black businesses into the search tab, and I found it. And so now I know your girl's gonna be getting one, because I need a bookshelf ASAP as possible. So you can find him on Instagram at daddydoesitcreations, or on his website, which is www.ddiworkshop.com/. I promise y'all gonna love it, and I'm gonna tag it in the description box. All right, back to the program.
Yup. Okay, so quick headline that I just fucking saw that I was like, what the fuck? Ciara files petition to change her son with Future's name to Russell Wilson Jr.
Yikes.
That sounds like that shouldn't even be real.
It sounds like you shouldn't do that.
It sounds like you shouldn't do that.
You should not do that. Like, I understand resenting your ex, but do not name a child that you had with another man after your current husband,
because you know that she's having issues with, like, why is my son traveling back and forth if his dad is barely seeing him, because he's going to the grandma's house. He's not going to be with Future.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, I know, right?
I know that all too well.
And it's like you're doing all this traveling. That's the thing. I mean, I've always, since Teen Mom has been on since I was a teen, because they're my age. So since they were 16 and pregnant, I was 16 or 15 when they got pregnant. And so I was 15, and it's like the whole 10 years of the series I've been watching them dropping off and picking up and traveling. And it's a kid who kind of was just thrown in the situation. And it's like, I would say, oh, you should wait to have kids. But then, like, there are people in their 30s and 40s who get a divorce, and then their kids getting passed. So, like, I have a friend who's about to turn 40 and still dropping off, picking up, dropping off, picking up. And I'm just like,
that's just the life that happens.
Yeah, and it's like 20 years of doing that shit.
Yeah, and it's like, hopefully they're like, in most of those situations, it's drop off, pick up between the parents, and not just dropping them off at the grandmother's house. Because, like, if you know that nigga's not gonna be at the grandma's house, keep your fucking kid.
Hold on to
just keep your kid. There's literally no point other than like, oh well, I didn't want to deal with him either, so you go here.
And there are parents,
and you
like
really
that.
Like, the kids understand that. Like, people think their kids are dumber than they are, and it's like, kids are very smart. And the fact that you're trying to lie to your kid like this is disrespectful. So it's just like, you have to respect your kids so that they grow up being a respectful individual. If you don't show your kid respect, you really think they're gonna go out in the world and show other people respect? No. It's like, some do turn out better, better than their parents, because they're like, oh, I don't want this. But there's some where it's like, oh well, this is what my parents did, I'm gonna do it too.
Just psychology based. That's just how the shit turns out sometimes, and it kind of sucks. Like, I mean, he's lucky, Future Junior, because it's not Future Junior. Future's name is not Junior. I mean, Future's name is not Future. So Future, baby Future, they call him. I'm like, he's lucky to have someone like Russell Wilson, because it's like, that nigga full on was like, I'm taking on full father, whatever you need. I'm going to treat you like you're my kid, which is great. I have a friend who's in the same situation where it's like, he's known his fiance's baby since the baby was 1.5. So the baby calls him daddy, and he calls him his, that's my daughter, And so it's like, that's really good for them. It's just like crazy, like, you're trying to change his name. That you are okay.
He's
Ciara.
If I could understand her changing his name if the baby was like 3 months old.
Right.
But the fact that this nigga responds to what you call him
this
already.
Nigga's like 5'6".
You gonna change his name? Like, is his nickname still gonna be Future?
He's probably not 5'6". He's probably 4'5".
He old.
He's old. He's an old baby.
He knows his name at this point.
Yeah.
That'd be like me telling my nephew Carter his name ain't Carter no more.
Yeah,
He'd be like, what?
He's like, no.
He'd
probably cry.
Like, no, I like this name.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No. Yeah, and he'd probably stop responding if you try to call him something else. I'm like, see, I hope that's a fake tabloid because Ciara, no. Like, I know Future's trash. Trust me.
Honey.
Ciara, we know he's trash. You don't got to... You don't gotta explain to us.
Nobody.
We know this nigga's trash, and he played the fuck out of you. Sadly. And remember, he even made that song with her and was trying to boost up her career.
He made Sorry with her.
Wait, was that no? I can't keep my hands off you.
Oh, Body Party.
Yeah,
but he was on the Sorry remix too.
Yeah, and it's like he didn't give a fuck about your career the moment he didn't give a fuck about you anymore.
You know what I just realized?
What?
In that one Future song, he says, if I cheated, I'm never going to tell her sorry. He's referencing her and how he was on that song Sorry. Like, so he's basically saying his apologies are fake.
Wow, you are the trashiest
because
nigga.
I think that those lyrics came off of DS2, and like DS2 was basically like a real ass fucking diss to Ciara. Like, Jesus. It was on some petty shit.
That's why his most recent album, he's told my bitch, John, no bitch. That song, I love that song so much. Stick to the models, but the song is basically about like I listen to it in the gym.
Okay, because I'm like,
yeah.
Bitch.
This song is basically about like all my bitches know about each other. If they want to, they want to act like they don't know what's going on. That's them. Like he really is like that's on them if they want to pretend that they don't know I have other bitches. Yeah. He's like my bitches fuck each other. I don't want the tabloids in my business. All my bitches know my business. Like that's the whole song. It's just catchy as shit. But
hopefully they got other niggas too.
They had a picture of Ciara with Future when she was with him, and she was all trying to dress like a nigga. Yeah, like flipping off the camera
and shit.
And then that picture with her and Russell, and she's like in a gown, and she's
going
like,
to church.
It's like Ciara.
But she was young. She was young.
Aren't we all?
Yeah, like with Future, she was at that age where it's like you don't know shit yet. Like you think you know shit, but you don't.
Crystal from The Read is a mood because when I hear her speak, I'm like, girl, I'm right with you when it comes to never settling down because the trash. Because it's like there's so many things. Like the fact that women turn into the men that they're with. Who are you? Like how the fuck all of a sudden you're with somebody and then all their interests become yours, and where were yours?
I mean, like I understand being interested in what your partner likes.
I understand that too.
But I don't think like you should change like your whole being for a person.
And that's the issue.
But I definitely understand like trying to do things that they like.
Yeah, that's not what I'm talking about.
I get it.
I'm like, what I'm talking about is the bitches who turn into their man. And it's like, who were you before this man? This man, their man completed them. Completed them is not the right word at all. Their man, what's the word? I just had it and it came and it went. Fuck. But it's those people who it's like live and die behind this person. Like, and I've seen it in so many cases. And Ciara was that bitch. And it's like, yeah, she's young, but we're all young and we all need to stop making these stupid ass mistakes. Like, I for all the people who listen to The Read, they understand because Crystal's mood about niggas, like the shit people go through for a nigga, the shit people settle for a nigga. Jesus Christ, it's fucking terrible. But yeah, Ciara, don't be petty. That's kind of rough.
I mean, Future is the definition of petty.
He is really
if
petty.
Anything, she's just getting on his level. Did you see that statistic about Boston?
No.
Like the median income for families in Boston, like white families compared to black families.
I'm already annoyed.
Okay, so I was on Tumblr per usual, and I saw this article, and it was talking about how that in Boston, the median income for a white family, you're not gonna believe this. What? It's $247,500.
That's a median
for white families in Boston, and the median black family in net worth. I'm sorry, net worth.
Oof, okay.
And the median black family in Boston's net worth is $8.
No, you didn't just say 8 and not 20,000.
Yeah. And so,
wow, that's a lot of homeless people.
the Boston Globe has been doing this series about how the inequalities in Boston. And so on one of the articles that I clicked on, it says that when you type in like what's the most racist city in America, Boston comes up.
Okay, I was just about to say that before you said that. I was like, have you heard the rumors about racism prior to that article? Yeah, because I remember always on and off hearing people talking about people in Boston hate black people. Yeah. Like Mexicans and shit. Like, that explains it. They're forcing it to happen. So the shit that was happening in slavery times, the burning of Black Wall Street, that shit is still going down. Like, the shit is still...
And it's alive and well. How is there such a large gap between a white family's net worth and a black family's net worth? And the fact that their net worth isn't even a triple digit number,
it should be at least 5.
It's fucking appalling.
The thing is,
I mean, not a triple digit number, like in the hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, I mean, I just thought you were gonna say 25,000. I just, because that's poverty. That used to be the poverty line in California when we were young. The poverty line in California is now 40,000. And that's not even California. I mean, we know about San Fran. The poverty line in San Fran is 120,000.
Like, how are you at poverty level at that high amount of money?
Yeah, you have to have moved. Like, my friend's parents moved to San Francisco in the 60s, and so the tenant who lives in the bedroom pays the rent for the whole apartment because their rent is stuck at where they got it originally, which is freakishly low. I'm sure they still had to do bumps just contractually, but theirs is freakishly low compared to so one bedroom in their house pays for the entire apartment, and they're in their late 70s.
That's good because that means they can actually retire.
Yeah, and you know what I'm thinking? I'm tripping. They own that house. That the payment.
So their mortgage,
their bills. Okay. They own the house.
So they paid it off.
They paid it off. They moved in the 60s. I'm forgetting that. The money they're paying for rent would have went towards the rent, but it's actually just paying off their bills.
And that means majority of it's going in their pockets.
Yes. And they're older people, so it's like, I'm sure, because she's adopted, so her parents are very old. Like, they're in their late 70s. And so it's like, they, they're just old. So it's like, she's aware that, she's in their will, and she's going to inherit all this shit. And I'm just like, well.
Yeah, keep waiting, girl.
I mean, I hope it doesn't come soon, but God bless when it does,
right? It's and you better keep grinding until it comes.
Right. I know, it's so crazy that you say that. I'm like, this is someone who's went through school, had the hardships that, regular college is expensive, don't have money, blah, blah, has the real hardships, but the real work ethic. And it's really just how you're at work all day. Same thing. She's practicing for PT, but I think she might change her career. She really is at work all the time. And it's like, damn, you are going to work hard for so many years and it will pay off. Even though God forbid, it's like, damn, you're gonna be good. You just have to. That's the thing about not to be too religious, but that is the thing about God. It's like you kind of just have to work, not being like, I need it to end this way. Yeah, I will be depressed if it doesn't end this way, or or anything that isn't of God, because then someone like her who is not even religious, just a humble, she lives the life of a Christian and she's not a Christian, and so it's and she lives the life of a true Christian, because we all Christians, but
be judgmental as fuck,
but we be fucking up a lot, just in the regular sin levels of the book. She lives a life like a Christian, isn't a Christian, but it's God's gonna bless her anyway, because I don't think God needs you to be I believe in God. No, I didn't know. He just wants you to treat people well and do well for others. Person. Yeah, she does community service and everything, so it's just crazy how God works. Yeah.
Did you see that thing I posted over that? It was that meme. It's God used me, and it's God uses me, and it's the hamster, and it's
exactly. I was dying laughing when I saw that too. Oh my gosh,
I was legit cackling when I saw that. And they went on to do
sorry for tangents.
It's all good. They went on to do a rating of how unwelcoming cities are to Black people. No. So Boston was 54% unwelcoming. Charlotte 38%. Philadelphia 34%, Chicago 34%, and San Fran 34%. New York 28%, Miami 24%, and then I don't know why they put Atlanta. Atlanta is 16% unwelcoming to Black people.
So I mean, the average must be in the 30s, because San Fran is very welcoming, Miami is very welcoming. Right? So 30 must be. It's just how the percent of racists in the area. But
they're staggering 54%. That's
Boston,
really fucking bad.
And that number, when you said it, that's why I was like, there's a lot of homeless people, because you can tell that they're averaging that with a ton of zeros. And that's how it pulled down to 8. So even though there's homeless people of different races, there's a ton of black homeless people, which is 0.
Yeah.
And so it just pulled, because you know that there's black families with the 50, 100, 50, 100, 200 in some of them, but it's like all the homeless people pulled that. I mean, fucking pulled that number down.
It's like we couldn't like leave the outliers out.
Right.
Because that really like skews the results. Like,
yeah, that is.
But I guess if it is like, if they make up a large portion of the black people that are in Boston, they have to be included. So like, I guess.
Yeah, statistically, and that's the thing about statistics and articles like that, they can go without. Yeah, they can go without all the precautions that we have to do at work. Because it's like in my job, it's like we give the highs and the lows, like, because it's like they're all hypothetical, first of all, because you don't know every exact. But it's like the high would be with all the outliers removed, and the low is 8. Like, fuck, you guys are disrespectful as shit. They probably left some poor white people out too to keep that number high.
Nigga, yeah.
I don't believe that shit. That's bullshit. No. Do you have more on that one?
No, but I remember we talked about like the Stanford prison experiment and how like people are more inherently evil when they're given power. So I forgot that I had read this article about how the Stanford prison experiment was skewed because they used majority of like white males to be the guards. And like they were like, they inherently act that way. So it was like, it wasn't that great of an experiment because they didn't have multiple people from like different backgrounds and different races doing the experiment. And so it's like, we have been given this knowledge. It's like, oh, well, like, that's just how people are when they're in power. That's how white men are when they're in power.
Yes.
So yeah, I just wanted to bring that up real quick.
They don't want to help nobody. My educational topic wasn't super educational. Sometimes I just have random thoughts and I'm like, that's the thing, is like I have random thoughts and I go on Google, which a lot of people should do more often. Yes. If you don't know something, just fucking look it up. Like I literally was thinking one day, how much money is in the United States? Period. How much money is in the United States? And it told me like, this much trillion, and physically it's like 1 trillion floating of physical money. I was just like,
drop that in my bank account right now.
That's cool to know that this is the limit, even though people have the European bank accounts and shit like that. So I was looking, I put, why is life expectancy increasing? Because we were talking about how like when you were 30 back in Jesus time, you're like, I lived a long life, like, ooh, I had a long, tough life. And now it's like, so this is just a short thing. I know it's kind of morbid, but I was just wondering why it's going up. And I actually looked it up in the hopes that it went up more. It says life expectancy at birth reflects the overall mortality level of a population. So it summarizes the mortality pattern that prevails across all age groups in a given year: children, adolescents, adults, and the elderly. Global life expectancy at birth, because you have to do it at birth based on like what the current status is and all the statistics, because obviously it changes over time. So at birth in 2016 was 72 years, which is 74.2 years for females, 69.8 years for males. And I'm like, oh, that's low.
Males always live shorter lives.
Yeah.
Because them niggas are not independent.
And they're fucking stressed out because they have to be the men.
Yeah.
Maybe Chinese men live longer than, because in some, not Chinese, but in some Chinese cultures, the women are the breadwinners and the men take care of the kids in the house.
That sounds ideal to me.
Right. It says, ranging from 61.2 years in the World Health Organization African region to 77.5 years in the European region, giving a ratio of 1.3 between the two regions. Women live longer than men all around the world.
Hey,
shit.
Represent for the women.
Hey. The gap in life expectancy between the sexes was 4.3 years in the 2000s and remained almost the same by 2016. So global average life expectancy increased by 5.5 years between 2000 and 2016, which is the fastest increase since the 1960s. Damn. Those gains reversed when
people stopped vaccinating their kids.
That's probably, they're gonna have new stats on that, because that's like a 2018 thing. But it said those gains reverse declines during that doesn't make sense. Okay.
Don't you hate when you're reading something and you're like, who the fuck wrote this?
Y'all didn't edit this. I could have been on that ass. Y'all need to hire me. Those gains reverse declines during the 1990s when life expectancy fell in Africa because of the AIDS epidemic. And in East, so I think that other countries dropped AIDS in Africa. Okay. That's it.
Just like they still be having malaria and shit. How do you still have malaria?
Yeah. Like,
and yellow fever.
That's
so like
rude.
from the 1800s.
Other countries don't care about each other, and I promise the U.S. is probably one of the most savage because the moment you cross the border into Mexico, it looks like a shithole. And and it's funny because Donald Trump called it a shithole country.
Don't do that.
That's fucked up. It looks like a shithole. And I'm not insulting it because
like poverty, for better words.
I can't wait to go back. I love that country. Yeah, but it shows how disrespectful the United States is. That even at the entrance of another country, you wouldn't just put money in to make it look nice, knowing that that's just a little bit of landscaping for y'all.
Or the fact that you're putting an actual wall, like how they show the borders between a lot of different countries, and there's no physical wall between the countries.
They're trying to put a wall. This wall is not happening. They need to hurry up and indict Donald Trump. All this has shown me is that damn, this government is not playing. Like, damn, this shit has been rigged for decades because Donald Trump should already be in jail. And if this was Obama, he'd already be in jail. So this is fucked up.
Because they literally gave Obama shit his entire presidency about his birth certificate.
And he's born in America.
And it's like, it's too late now. Like, get over it.
And Donald Trump keeps saying, "Oh, this is African American employment has gone up because of fucking Barack, nigga. You just got here. You haven't done anything. He just
passed the baton off.
Yeah, Barack came during the fucking recession and turned it around to what it is now. And
we're about to go back in because of this nigga.
We're about to. And you know what? My coworker just told me this today. He said that I want to remember what exactly it was. The treasury rates. He said that usually like the treasury growth looks like this, and he said it looks like this.
Oh no.
And he said and it's not saying that that's indicative of a recession, but the last time every time that happens, a recession is looming. Yeah. And I was like, well, it was supposed to start last year, so I've been bracing myself this whole time. Like,
why you think I didn't quit my job? Niggas really be like,
yeah.
You think I'm gonna do what?
You have to put years in because they're gonna let go of anyone who doesn't have years in.
Anyone who ain't doing their fucking part.
Right. I'm like,
I definitely do. Shit.
Brace yourself. Don't be jobless and during this time.
Hell no.
You
or
better get
savings list.
Shit. But sorry, off track. The world is fucked. The world is fucked. United States is also fucked. And life expectancy fell in the Eastern Europe following the collapse of the Soviet Union. Wow.
What?
The 2000
keeping them alive. Shit.
Right.
I want to know.
Was it? I don't know shit. I'm not even.
I don't know history.
I'm gonna sound like an idiot because I'm like, is it that communism shit where they're all helping each other, and then when the Soviet Union,
communism didn't even work for them.
It didn't, but they all had to work for each other, which might have been keeping them alive. And then when the Soviet Union fell, they all went broke. I don't know. Because I remember the recession when the depression happened that's the fucked up thing about America. When depression happens here, it affects the rest of the world. So when the depression happened here, I remember seeing pictures of people in the Soviet Union standing in line just to get a loaf of bread. Yeah.
Yeah. And then didn't inflation happen after that, if I remember right? Like people would be walking down the street with wheelbarrows worth of money just to get a loaf of bread.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
That's crazy.
Like how does I just don't understand how that actually happened.
That's really crazy. That's really crazy.
Like how did you guys manage shit so poorly?
They just
that it turned into this
because they think shit will recover. They're like, oh, it's okay, it's okay.
And trickle down,
and then they just print out a ton of money. Yeah, and it's like, nigga, the value.
That's like you can't just print fucking money.
They really just be printing it. That shit's crazy to me. Let's see. The 2000 to 2016 increase was greatest in the African region, where life expectancy increased by 10.3 years up to 61.2. Shit, would that mean it was 51.2? God dang. Driven mainly by the improvements in child survival.
Yeah.
And expanded across to antiretrovirals for treatment of HIV. Oh shit.
That's intense.
Look how they fuck. And Africa's the motherland. It brought us all black people, and I really think some people dropped some disease in there, and they were like, we need to kill these people out.
If they gave smallpox blankets to Indians on purpose, what makes you think
they did it on purpose?
Yeah, like after they found out yeah, if I'm remembering right, after they found out, like, the cause of the Indians dying was the diseases that they brought over with them, they would purposely give them the blankets, and then they killed off all the buffalo. Because, mind you, Indians used buffalo for their shelter. They ate them. They used it for their clothes. They used buffalo for everything. So they literally had rewards for people to go out and kill as many buffalo as they could so that the Indians would not have any resources to survive.
These are your great-grandparents, guys.
Yeah.
Jesus
and Christ. Those are my great-grandparents that were suffering.
Yeah.
Because I'm real-life Creole.
And mine were in Africa. Posted. Yeah. They might have been slaves. I really don't know.
Yeah, they could have been slaves over there.
Yeah, there were definitely slaves in Africa. And the fucked up thing is that black people were selling black people, which is just fucked.
It just makes me mad that, like, majority of our being is from slavery. Like, we really don't know a lot of our history before that time. Like, we don't know who we are without slavery.
Yeah, it was not.
And it's just like, fortunately, we're getting farther away from it, but it's just creating itself in different forms.
And it's still prominent in society, just the way society is moving. Yeah. You can see the remnants. I mean, black poverty and a large portion of black poverty has to do with slavery, unfortunately. So
yeah, just like that. Did you watch The Breakfast Club with Andrew Yang? He said he's going to be running for president in 2020. Yeah. And he wants to give $1,000 every month. And then there was another lady.
That's a lot of money.
I need that though. Right. And then there was another lady who came on and she was talking about how I was trying to find her, but here she is. Her name is Maureen Williamson, and she wants to give over $100 million in reparations to black people.
Yeah, and I wouldn't get shit.
Honestly, like, I don't know if they're using this as a ploy to get people to vote for them or if they're really about that life. I would hope that they're about that life, but it just seems like too coincidental, or it just seems like
they're
too
just
fake, and like you're a politician, so we know that you're fucking fake.
Yeah, I know. That's the hard part for me, is that I can tell that they're just saying it to. I think they're gonna try, but they're just saying it to try to get us. And now it's time for a look at God. Do you have one?
Yeah, look at God. I'm finally getting my fucking nails done. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. Like, I waited. Like, I did my appointments so fucking far apart, and like this nail has been fucked up like since a week after I got them done.
At least it's nude, so you can't
right
tell.
Like, you can't really tell, but like, simple as fuck. Look at God. I'm getting my nails done, and look at God. I went to the grocery store today because a bitch was eating out a lot.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna eat dinner at home, and then look at God, I didn't buy French fries this week. That is something I struggle with. Like,
just Del Taco or just French fries?
French fries.
Oh, okay.
Just French fries, period. Like, I be eating them shits like 3 times a week. Like,
and they're like a snack size.
Exactly, because I'll get off work and I'll be like, I just need something to hold me over until I get home because I might pass out in this fucking car. And so,
that's probably the first thing that pops in my mind when it comes to like, I need a fast snack, is either candy or French fries.
I will always eat French fries from a fast food restaurant. I don't give a fuck. Oh, and then look at God, I worked at a hospital that I don't work at this week, and like, I was having like all these fucking problems, and I was like, it was one of those instances where I'm like, I'm pretty sure everybody thinks I'm an idiot. And then it just turned out like I wasn't an idiot. Like, there was actually something wrong with like the Ethernet port in the room.
Oh, okay.
And so like IT had to come in and like switch the Ethernet port. Like, they had to turn it on for it to actually work with my computer. And so I was like, yeah, like, I'm not an idiot. Yeah. Trust me, like, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
It's like, this shit's just fucked up.
Yeah, it's not working.
Yeah, like, it's literally not doing what I need it to do.
Right.
And like, I had tried all the troubleshooting shit that I know how to do myself, and then like the neurologist I had online with me was being fucking annoying and kept asking me all these fucking questions, and like, they kept calling in the room, and I'm like, look, I was like, I cannot talk right now. Like, I need to be doing stuff on the patient. And like, I told the nurse, I was like, I don't know why they keep calling me. Like, this isn't important. Like, and I was getting real life pissed off because I'm like,
prioritize.
Yeah, like, I don't care if you're not online. I could do this shit my fucking self.
Yeah.
Like, the only reason I need you legally is because I cannot interpret. Right. That's it.
Right.
But I've done this long enough to where I know what's good and what's not.
Right.
So like, fucking back off and let me figure this out. And I guess somebody told them, because, like, she IM'd me, the doctor, and she was like, yeah, focus on the patient. I was like, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like, stop calling the fucking room. And, like, at one point, like, I got really rude. I was like, I gotta go. And the guy kept talking, like, the IT guy kept talking. I was like, I gotta go. And I hung up on him.
It'd be like that sometimes, for
like,
real.
You're not fucking listening. Like, and my patient was scared already. Like, so it's like, I'm not trying to miss anything and then something bad happens, because I would feel terrible.
Yeah.
Because typically, like, when something does go wrong at work, it's always the patients that are nervous. I don't know why. It's always the patients that are nervous.
Well, tip.
Yeah.
Just say fuck it.
Yeah. Just go in, relax.
Just do your prayers.
And don't talk about dying.
Really.
All of us get pissed off whenever a patient does that. We be like, no, like, stop. We'll literally,
we don't even want that to happen to you, so please.
Right? Because we'll damn near tell him, shut up.
Yeah, stop. No.
Shut up.
I saw a meme where it was like something probably like, for example, like, oh, I can help you get to financial freedom. And it was a water bottle, like how you spray the dog in the face and say,
I wish I could do that to people.
Yes.
I really wish I could.
That was a super fucking mood. But yeah, work is just like, it's just weird. Like, I was texting Ashley earlier this week. Like, I didn't mean to become a lead. It just happened because my coworkers are weak. And I'm not saying they're weak like, oh, I'm cocky, I'm really good. They're people, I got my master's in finance, but I don't have finance experience. They got their bachelor's in finance, but they don't have finance experience. So they're younger than me. And so their industry experience is just non-existent. And so just the way they operate, like this one boy was talking about being crossfaded, and I was like, nigga, I closed the door right behind him. Like, nigga, the door is open. Even though your boss isn't in that room, that's somebody's boss. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Niggas
like,
are dumb.
They were talking so wild. There were multiple times, because we walk in and out, and there were multiple times where just based on their conversation, I just closed the door. I was like, you guys are fucking unprofessional. And even if you're laughing and joking, why the fuck are you laughing and joking so loud?
Honestly, somebody has asked me about drugs while I was at work, and I just looked at him like,
I ain't talking to you about shit, snitch. Like, that's how I feel. All of y'all. I consider everyone a snitch. Yeah. And that's how I keep from saying shit.
Because y'all will stab me in the fucking back any chance you get just so you could keep your fucking job.
Yeah.
And, like, what makes you think I'm going to tell you the truth?
Get the fuck out of here.
At work, you think I'm just gonna tell you? Oh,
people don't even know I got a podcast. Like,
no,
we're not mixing those two.
It's separate.
Yeah, that's a whole different life.
And if you find me on Instagram and you work with me, I'm most likely blocking your ass.
Yeah,
what the fuck? I don't want to see you at work and in my real life.
Yeah,
those are separate.
No,
and because I'm fake as fuck at work most of the time.
I'm like myself, but
like not as. Unfiltered.
Yeah, not as unfiltered. Way more professional, but definitely myself. And that's funny because like tied into my look at God, like I've been trying to be like more professional in the way of like becoming being a better manager. So not showing my emotion. Like
I had to do that this week.
Yeah, and it's like you can show happiness and shit, but like not showing any emotional response to things, just showing a business response to things. And like, I want to practice this, and I told myself this, like, use this as an opportunity to practice, because you're not a manager. So you don't have those expectations. So practice now while you're being treated like a manager without the fucking title, so you don't go in that position and get treated like shit. Or if you want to be a teacher one day, you can't act certain ways around the kids. No. And so it's like, let me practice this now. And so it's like, that has been a little bit hard, just because it's like I don't want to babysit people, and it's like, and they get smart at the mouth like we were talking earlier, but they don't know what they're talking about, and it's like I try to not make anyone feel dumb, so it's like I try not to call no one out, but I had to call that boy out today because I was like, you have to be like super touchy with how you correct people at work, because people will get offended, especially if you do the majority of things through email, since they can't, like, email has no tone. I just read something that said that, so that it's difficult. Yeah, and we're on such the entry level of these niggas to where they don't even realize the importance of their emails. So he'll send an email at, I'll get to work at 9. Some people got there at 8. He sent the email at like 8:30, and they just started proceeding with the project and not even paying. Literally the first thing I do when I wake up is check my email. But they check the email, see that there's action. I'm just going to say action could be responded. Some action can happen. They'll proceed to just go work on the project. I'll get to work and I'll be like, so I said, I was like being a manager. I said, I saw that he sent us an email about an hour ago. So which one of you guys started it? I'm the last one to get there because they get there early so they can leave early because they're just, I want to leave work. They're always running out of work. I was at work from 8:45 to 7:40 yesterday. You know, it's like I'm not running out. I'm getting work done, period. Mm-hmm. And so it's like, I said, they're all there. I said, oh, I saw the email just now. I just got here. Which one of you guys started? They're like, oh, I haven't looked. So what are you doing? Oh, we just started pulling. But what about the email? So I ended up doing it myself.
Of course. That's always how it goes.
And so it's like, I mean, that's just me not really complaining, but more being like, these are the annoying things that are going to happen when you're a manager. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you have to be able to mitigate. Obviously, if I'm a manager, I have more authority too. So I can be like, you need to go do that. I still already do that, but it's less of like, I can't always tell you what to do because I'm not your boss. But I definitely just today told someone to do something and they did it. I mean, I feel like that's every day. Jesus Christ.
It's literally every day. It's so funny because like, since we don't have a manager right now, I basically am that. Yeah. Like by default, since I do the schedule. So it's like I had a meeting with one of our schedulers and she called me and she was like, oh my God, did I wake you up? I was like, girl, this happens every day. I was like, it's all right. At this point, I know if I'm still asleep, somebody's going to call me in like 10 minutes. Like, it's all right. Because I get like sometimes my coworkers, I don't know if they're being petty or if they really need help, but it'll always be on a day that I won't work. They'll text me super fucking early. And it's like on the days that I do work, y'all ain't hitting me up all early.
Your phone's off though, right?
No.
On the day you're off? Like on a day that you don't have, you're still on.
Yeah.
Okay.
That it don't work like that. Because like something could come up and then like if I'm that one person that's off, I have to go do it.
Shit.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so no, that's not my look at God yet. So my look at God was basically, since I'm the only one tracking the progress of our project and this is a contract position, so we need to be done by a certain time. Almost since like I started, I've just had this feeling of like, this is impossible to finish on time. This is impossible. And just me being like, we have to find a way. And every time I'm like, mathematically, this is impossible. We've done the statistics and I'm like, we can't finish. And no one said anything to the boss about it. We're on our 3rd week now. And when I was talking to the manager, my boss, I just like kind of was just like, I was like, I don't like to use the word impossible, but it seems
like it might be that.
I said it seems like we can't finish by this date you're giving us, and like we don't want to tell him that because the only reason they fucking hired us was for that.
Do the project.
And so he was just like, okay, and I was like,
don't you hate that? Like when you build up so much anxiety about what's gonna happen and then it turns out like way better than you expected.
Yeah, and this is the guy who nicknamed me CEO. So just him being like, all right, and then yesterday. First of all, I like the fact that, as I've been saying, I've worked every day. My first day off is by the time this releases is going to be the Sunday prior. But like, so I don't know. I'm probably on day 20 now. I don't know. But so one day I was tired and I was like, I need to start late. And so I just emailed him like, is it okay if I do a late start? He actually told me to take a day off at some point.
You should have done it.
No, I want money. And so he was like, I said, can I just come in before lunch? I came in after lunch. Came in when lunch started. And do a half day, which is 4 hours. Ended up staying till 7 p.m. So that's 6 hours. And then yesterday stayed fucking almost 12. So then it just ended up, I worked 2 full days and just as if nothing happened, and I worked a normal work week. So it worked out to where they were both, everybody was like, oh, no, it's okay. Because he wasn't there. So I went to the other lady and she was like, they were like, oh, first of all, they were all talking. They were all bullshitting and not working.
Because he's not there.
So I came in like, oh, yeah, I just wanted, and they're busy gossiping. So they're just like, oh, no, you're fine. No. Go, like, because they want to keep talking. And I was like, okay. I mean, thinking like, and I didn't have anyone else's email and my boss wasn't at work, so nobody knew I wasn't coming in fundamentally. Damn. Yeah, nobody knew. I didn't have no one, and I emailed everyone's email to me now, but it's like, so only he knew and he wasn't at work, and like everyone was just super chill about it. So I was like, okay, look at God. Ended up staying later, made my money. And then I think it was yesterday, he came up to me. And like he always comes to our desk, and he came up to me and he was like, so I put in a request to extend the project. He was like, and I was like, do I hear money?
Is that money calling?
What? I'm like, okay. Because I already calculated how much I'm going to make by the end of the project. So I'm like, so you just added a couple more G's on there? Gee, what?
I could definitely do
He was like, are you available to keep working through Blase? I said, yes. What the fuck? Like, what? Yeah. But first of all, we can't finish the project. So I needed to stay for the project to be done, to not look like a dumbass. You know, like the project needs to be finished. And there's already so many issues. So it's like, I want to finish this thing. And so it was like, from going to being paranoid about telling him that this project is impossible actually worked out, because he put in a fucking proposal the next day.
And that's like where communication comes in, and like that's where you have more experience in that than those other people, because you had jobs. And then it's like, you know, you understand that you have to be realistic about your work. Yes. Because you can't bullshit it. Like, you told me about how like some of your coworkers like waited until the last minute to ask for help. Like
every day.
You can't do that when it comes to like these corporate jobs. You gotta ask for help as soon as you need it.
That happened today. I got to work and they're all my coworkers are around a computer. I said, what's happening here? And they're like, we just can't figure out it. I said, did you ask the person who helps us every single time, who's sitting right there? No, she came in, fixed it in 5 minutes. I'm so fucking sick of that shit. You know, but it's like, it's just me. And then another girl, she was like, I have so much I have to, cause she had a whole different thing. She was like, I have so much. So it's like, I don't tell people what to do, but it had to be a thing of like, okay, you close that, you work on that, you do that. And I said, and what I need you to do is, you have 5 hours. Before we hit hour 5, go and ask her if you have questions. It's to the point where I'm having to tell them
how to do their job. Ask
questions. You guys, and I told them, one, you guys have a bad habit of not updating your status before you leave work. How's the boss supposed to know where you're at? And he tells me, he said, whoo, so many things. This, you know what a pivot table is? It's an Excel thing. You don't need to know. It's a table.
Like, no.
And so I got to work that late day. I left at 7. Shift ends at 5:30. At 5:15, my coworker tells me, oh, they wanted a pivot table at the end of the day. So they told you this at 9 a.m. and you're telling me this at 5:15?
I was just talking to you about this, how my coworkers wait until like fucking 8 and 9 p.m. to tell me shit. Like, I'm going to be checking my fucking work phone at that time.
What are y'all doing?
I'm not checking shit at that time. Not checking shit, not looking at no email, not looking at nada. I'm looking at my schedule, getting ready to cry, seeing that I have to work the next day. I'm not focusing on your problems and your bullshit.
I mean, like, look, even though we're like venting and looking God at the same time, it's like a look at God, because it's like God put us in this position. Who knew, like, because we always say we still feel like we're 12. So it's like now the experience has now embedded itself in our heads to where, and even in my staff meetings, I'm the one talking the whole time, where I'm like, I literally have to, when he says the next agenda, I'm literally having in the meeting, I'll sit there and I'll be like,
I hate that shit.
Speak, nigga. Like, shit. Why do you want me to say everything? Like,
people be scary. Like, I realize like people have a lot to say like behind things, but like when it comes to the moment, they're not gonna say it and they're not gonna keep it
talking
real.
all that hot shit. You guys don't know anything. Yeah. Like,
I hate when people try and puff up on me too. It's like, bitch, calm down, chill.
Yeah, like that manager at my other job who was being a fucking bitch. And I was thinking, oh, I'm going to get fired because I'm complaining. Like, that's just because I've been let go for telling someone I'm being harassed. So I just assumed that's going to happen again. Whatever. Thank God I saved my money. That's why I was saying the week before I told, thank God I saved my money, because I really thought my job was over. Nope. And her behavior changed because they told her about herself. And I was like, yeah, good. And the funny thing is, like, since then, luck has made it. I have been so good at that job, to where my manager is giving me like the best shifts. I'm making dumb bread, you know, like, and it's like, yeah, everyone makes money there. All the food's expensive, but it's like, as soon as I complained about harassment, she also has nothing that she could pick on me about, because I'm doing everything correctly. I'm like making no mistakes. The biggest mistake I made is forgetting to put a lemon on a water. Like, that, it was the largest one, you know, like, and so it's like, God, thank you.
Rock with me, bro.
I see you, universe. I don't know what what does someone say? Mercury is in microbraid. What the fuck? They're so stupid, but it's like, I don't know what's going on in the universe.
Whatever's happening in the air out there.
What moons are aligning. Thank you, because right when he tells me yesterday we're extending the deadline, then I get a call yesterday for a summer school teacher, then I get another email today for teaching for next school year. I'm just like, okay,
relax, guys. Like, relax.
Okay.
Like, God, relax.
Like,
That's why I posted that thing, God used me, because that shit guts.
And this is God using you, that are literally our look at God as us thanking God and venting at the same time, because it's not like
he's still stressful.
When is God gonna make it easy? He ain't nothing easy about being on this earth, so don't ever think that. But yeah, that's basically it.
All right,
look at God, it's the universe. Just so you know, you can find us on Apple Podcasts. Just search Young and Gettin It Podcast. There's no G at the end of Gettin. Subscribe, rate, and review. We're on SoundCloud.com/WeAreYAGIP. Please follow us, comment on us, YouTube.com. Young and Gettin It Podcast. No G at the end of Gettin. Subscribe, comment on there. We're on Spotify. Young and Gettin It Podcast with an apostrophe. It's really weird, guys, but there's an apostrophe.
I'm pretty
at the
sure
end
we
of
could
Gettin.
change it, but I don't know.
I hope, because I feel like they pulled the title from somewhere else.
Me too, because I changed something else on the Spotify, because our description was like some generic ass, like, put your description here. So I changed that.
Yeah.
But I didn't look at the name.
I just remember some shit I forgot to do. I'll tell you after we're done taping.
I already know.
Okay. Because I was like.
Yeah, I already know.
Just remembered. Okay. Yeah. So Spotify, there's an apostrophe at the end of Gettin. No G though. Just an apostrophe. Get on there. We're on Spotify. We're on GooglePlay. We're on Stitcher. We're on Pocket Cast. And we're on all podcast streaming platforms.
You can also find us. Somebody gonna get so mad at how I said that. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at YAGI_podcast. You can also go on our Facebook, www.facebook.com/YAGIPOD. I forget that one because it's Facebook.
Exactly.
You can also find us on our website, www.weareyagip.com, or you could text us or send us an email at Ashleyandninapod@gmail.com, or text us, call us, leave a voicemail. No more prisoners, 323-486-3811. And yeah, y'all, live your life, be happy, be kind, and support us and shit.
Yeah. Peace.
Bye.